Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Player Zone YouTube channel. And today I have to talk about FC Barcelona. I'm definitely going to talk about them in the podcast later this week, but my word, have they made a fantastic start to the La Liga season, where Real Madrid are slipping up and Atletico haven't really hit their straps yet. Barcelona are in full force, and if any team had any excuse to have a slow start to the season, it would be Barcelona. Stars like Lamine Yamal, Pedri, Fermin, and the names can go on and on, are coming back from winning Olympic gold medals and winning the European Championships, and they've got a new coach in Hansi Flick, and only one new player joined the club. That was probably the excuse you could have given for Barcelona, but they have chucked that aside. Hansi Flick has come, and right now is reinforcing his legacy as one of the top managers in this generation. He gets forgotten about the way it was sort of discarded by Bayern Munich. Didn't go well for Germany, but he's revitalising his legacy and his perception amongst the footballing world, because what he's doing right now with Barcelona is absolutely ridiculous. Last night, a 7-0 win over Valladolid just topped it off, and it's just been a fantastic season so far with so much promise, excitement with the young players, with the new players, and with the older heads coming back and showing themselves and showing the footballing world how good they can be. A quick look at last night's game, a fantastic 7-0 win over Valladolid at home. It started from the top. Dani Olmo in the 4th minute, found by Lewandowski at the back post. Powerful strike that hit the upright. From there, it looked like he was bound to score. The 10th minute, he found the back of the net, deemed to be offside, but the pressure was building on Valladolid, who barely made it out of their own half for most of the first half. The opening goal finally came through Rafinha, who's had a fantastic season this year in the 20th minute. Superb run in behind and found by Pau Kubasi. He's played a phenomenal lofted ball that just allowed Rafinha to run onto it perfectly, didn't break stride, and then found the back of the net to make it a deserved 1-0 lead for FC Barcelona come the 20th minute. The second goal would come minutes later. The 24th minute, Robert Lewandowski was found by Lamine Yamal, another lofted ball in behind. Lamine Yamal picking the ball up on the halfway line, seeing the run from the centre forward and playing another ball to perfection. The run was timed fantastically well by Lewandowski. He did the rest from there. A finish that wasn't awesome, but found the back of the net under the keeper's arm. Olmo hit the upright for the second time in the 41st minute as Valladolid continued to struggle to clear the ball. They're under the pump, and it eventually showed 3-0 in the 3rd minute of first half stoppage time. The ball in from Rafinha from the corner landed at the feet of Jules Koundé, a bit unbalanced, steadied himself enough and roofed the ball into the top right-hand corner. It meant that the side went into half-time 3-0 up, a deserved 3-0 lead, and again, it could have been 4 or 5. 2 balls hitting the post, an offside goal in there as well, and a plethora of chances for Barcelona in the first half. They'd come out the second half and be ready and raring to go yet again. Lewandowski hit the post for the 3rd time for the club in the 57th minute after Lamine Yamal put together a fantastic backheel to find the Polish centre forward. However, Rafinha would make it 4-0 in the 64th minute. A great move from the middle of the park, one-touch football, ending up at the feet of Robert Lewandowski. A little important touch, a little dink pass to find Rafinha, who made it 4-0. His second goal for the game, capping off a fantastic first half display. Then the hat-trick was secured in the 72nd minute to make it 5-0. Lamine Yamal setting the ball and the goal up, running from his own half. A fantastic defence-spinning ball. Had options of Dani Olmo, had Jules Koundé there as well, but allowed defenders to stretch, fake those passes, and then split the defence right open down the middle to find Rafinha. He slotted the ball home, 5-0, 72 minutes. The game was over by then, but Barcelona would not stop. They make it 6 with Dani Olmo finally finding the back of the net in the 82nd minute, just before he was subbed off, and the 7th came through Ferran Torres. Once again, Rafinha providing the facilitator in that one there in the 85th minute. And once again, Balde, Fermin, Rafinha, all involved in the build-up, one-touch passing, incisive movement, and Ferran Torres was the beneficiary there in the box to finish off there. A fantastic game for them, but it's been a story of the whole season. A group effort, a team effort, and some fantastic counter-attacking football alongside a great incisive possession football to break through defences and back lines. It's been a sign of their season. They've been able to break teams down in low blocks. They've been patient. They've struggled through a couple of 2-1 results to start the season off. But this 4th game showed the real might of Barcelona and the depth of the side as well. A few new players coming to the side, a few new being introduced. Dani Olmo from the start, Pedri from the start as well. And you bring like Ferran Torres on, and the work that Rafinha's done in so many different positions on the flank and down in the middle. It's showing the versatility and the diverse nature of this Barcelona squad, despite being so thin on paper. They've got a lot of fluidity in their movement and a lot of fluidity in their players' positioning as well, which is such a bonus for the club right now. The players of the game last night, stay at the top, Rafinha, the 10 match rating for him, 3 goals, 1 assist, 56 touches, 83% pass accuracy, making the 3 key passes in there as well, and really showing us what he can do. We saw it at Leeds and saw how dangerous it could be on the counter-attack, playing with pace. And you know what we're seeing is down the middle is very dangerous. Forced that wide in this game due to the introduction of Dani Olmo, but showed that he was still working those sort of half spaces and then the channels, and as much as possible try to get on the ball and try to get in the central area. And he's so dangerous in that part of the park. And his link up right now with Lamine Yamal is second to none and really, really dangerous. He's looking like one of the best combinations in La Liga. We thought Mbappe and Vinny would be it, but right now it's almost telepathic between Lamine Yamal and Rafinha right now. And he's showing that, you know, the move initially was perceived, especially by myself, to be a bit of a, why have Barcelona done this? You know, what sort of signing is this? You know, similar to Ferran Torres and the like. It didn't quite seem like a Barcelona level signing, but the talent is there, the raw ability is there. I think Hansi Flick is just enhancing that and is drawing that out of Rafinha this season. Every time he gets on the ball, he looks to be positive. He's playing a lot of pace. He's playing with that ability to try and take the game on. I think that's where Rafinha is at his best. You think of Leeds when they're at their best, when Rafinha was playing exceptionally well in the Premier League. It was under Bielsa, and that Bielsa football encouraged quick counter-attacking, end-to-end style of football, freedom, and a willingness to commit numbers forward and be attacking. And that's what we saw out of him. And that's why I think in this Hansi Flick system, which is encouraging so much attacking football from the sort of front four, Dani Olmo, Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski, Rafinha, these sort of players, it's a freedom to go and take the game on, be attacking. And the link up with Lamine Yamal, I think it's freeing him up. You know, Lamine Yamal's turning facilitator. We've seen the plethora of assists he's had this season, and we're seeing Rafinha benefit from that, from scoring goals and getting in more space and more dangerous areas because Lamine Yamal is drawing so much attention. So he's been the beneficiary of Lamine Yamal's form, Lewandowski's goal-scoring form, and the system Hansi Flick has put in place and the freedom that these front guys have to offer. We continue up top. Robert Lewandowski, the 8.6 match rating. Fantastic yet again last night. 1 goal, 1 assist, 30 touches, 4 key passes, which is a key for me, still setting other people up, and the 2 big chances created. It's been a funny old season for Lewandowski. I've said it repeatedly. I really was harsh on him last season. Started the season off very, very poorly. Turned it around come the season's end, and when Xavi got that side playing some better football come the season's end. But I didn't think he was the answer going forward. An aging striker, a striker that lost that ability to help with link-up play. And yes, he was never a link-up play striker, but he would be able to drop in and help the team and bail them out with a long ball or hold-up play. He'd finish chances off. And last season, we didn't see any of that. We saw that slowing of pace. Didn't look as clinical in front of goal. But what we've seen at the start of this season, yes, he's missed some big chances hitting the post and missing some one-on-ones, but he's always dangerous. He's always involved in the game. We saw under Hansi Flick at FC Bayern Munich that Lewandowski was always a key figure, scoring goals for fun, 2, 3 goals in a game. And he might not get that same number of goals due to his age and the differences in the league, but he's constantly going to be a central figure. And equally so, it allows other players to improve. Dani Olmo doesn't have as much attention on him. Lamine Yamal can put balls into the area to find Lewandowski. He doesn't do it all on his own, because last season I felt like Lamine Yamal was the answer. He was the answer to goals. He was the goals. He was everything. But now that Lewandowski's in great form, that Rafinha's in great form, it takes pressure off Lamine Yamal, makes him more of a facilitator, like what we saw for the Spanish side. So things being so important. His improvement this season, I think that link up with Hansi Flick was needed. We're seeing the best of Lewandowski yet again. And this is what we initially thought Lewandowski would come and do when he came across to FC Barcelona. Fantastic start of the season, scoring goals for fun, it feels like this season. And if he continues this same form, Barcelona can go a very long way this year. And obviously finishing off with Lamine Yamal, the 8.5 match rating last night, 2 assists with a 62 touches, 83% pass accuracy, 3 key passes, 2 big chances created, 9 out of 17 ground duels won, 4 tackles as well. He was everywhere. He was getting hacked down. The first minute of the game, he gets hacked down after nutmegging a defender. He was taken out later in the game as well. The league is scared. Lamine Yamal is showing how dangerous he can be, so tricky on the ball. We saw it at the European Championships. I think that was another massive stepping stone for him. Really fabulous come last season's end with FC Barcelona, but he was thrown onto the world stage, the European stage. All the eyes in the world are watching him. And he delivered, and he dealt with low blocks, and he dealt with what France do and how they sit in deep. He dealt with lots of England and how they like to play their football, transitional play. And I think he developed so much from that. He saw so many different defences and how they like to set up. La Liga, less orientated defensively, more just of a low block or playing out from the back rather than different defences week in, week out. So it's probably a step down for him coming to La Liga this season and showing what he can do. And I think he's just so dangerous. Now that we're seeing the passing precision in his game as well, that fantastic assist to find Lewandowski for the side's second goal, making that pass from the halfway line. The vision to see it, the execution to have that, working in tight areas, finding Rafinha on the counter-attack with that fantastic solo run, allowing players to go, allowing the player to develop, and then slipping that ball in to split the defence apart. It's just fantastic. The footballer, the IQ, the ability out of this guy is second to none. I think this season might be his year. I was talking about maybe being Vinny's year or Rodrigo's year, potentially Mbappe's year, but it looks like it's going to be Lamine Yamal's year this year in the La Liga, especially the way Barcelona is going. And if he keeps getting support around him, Pedri, Dani Olmo, Firmino when he comes and plays, Rafinha, Lewandowski, if you've got that talent around you to support him and make sure that it's not just him making and creating for himself and scoring himself, as others around him helping him, the load goes off of Lamine Yamal. He becomes more of a facilitator. His game develops, and Barcelona look like a better side. So another fantastic performance for him last night. Turned facilitator, which we've seen a fair bit this season so far. That sort of brings me to the end of the video and just wrapping it all up. Barcelona are looking seriously dangerous this season. Hansi Flick is rejuvenating old heads. He's brought a revival to his own managerial career, but also has revived the careers of Lewandowski. 4 goals in 4 games for the big Polish striker. Rafinha, 3 goals and 2 assists in his 4 games so far as well. Constantly involved, pivotal to the build-up play. Works awesome in tight areas and is showing that ability to play in the middle and also play out wide. He got ostracised, I feel like, at times out wide last season. Never really had that end product. What we're seeing from him this season is that freedom that allows him to produce the end product, to take the game on. As I said, play with pace. I think Rafinha works his best when he plays with pace, and I think that helps Lewandowski and it helps Lamine Yamal as well. It's not such a one-sided attack that he can drift in centrally. When Dani Olmo goes out wide, he can play in the half spaces, plays in the channels, and just makes it a constant danger for opposition defences. You can't just focus on one of the attackers at Barcelona right now. You've got 4 of them that are all very dangerous in their own ways, and it's starting to work really, really well together as a group. Hansi Flick's also brought in likes of Casado in midfield, Bernal, Martin. Yes, we've got an injury there as well, but an impressive crop of young players add to the likes of Firmino, to Gavi, to Pedri, to Lamine Yamal. It's just an absolute factory of young players. The La Masia Academy, Pau Kubasi as well, who acts and plays like he's a 30-year-old experienced veteran that's won leagues all around the world, but he's still a very young teenager. He's playing fantastic football right now as well. He looks comfortable in the ball, exudes confidence, defends so well on one-on-ones. He's got that closing pace to close down many attackers in world football. He continues to impress me. And if you think Casado, some of the performances he's put in, yes, nothing remarkable, but doing a great job in the absence of Gavi. When Pedri's trying to work his way back in, losing the likes of Ilkay Gundogan, Casado's come in and just exuberated that real confidence, calmness on the ball, something that you need from a holding midfielder, and something that's stereotypical of Barcelona's central midfielders amongst the last 20 years, it feels like. So he's been fantastic for me as well. Bernal as well, doing a fantastic job as well. You think about how players like Dani Olmo, Lamine Yamal have continued their form, even Pedri have carried their form from the European Championships over to the league season as well. It's fantastic how these players and the manager have got them all motivated. They're all motivated to get going from season start. Firmino has gone and won a European Championships and an Olympics, and again comes in last night off the bench for Valladolid and looks dangerous from minute 1. So there's a real intrinsic motivation with these players, or it's been extracted out by the manager, Hansi Flick, who just must be instilling excellence, the want for excellence, the drive to be better every single day, because this team looks motivated, they look driven, they look ready to go and chomping at the bit to be at their best. So those two in particular, Yamal and Dani Olmo, have been fantastic. Obviously, Olmo with a winner last time out in their last game to win 2-1, and then Lamine Yamal in this game 2 assists. He continues his great form, and Dani Olmo with a goal himself. So the numbers just keep stacking up for me. You've got Jules Koundé back to his best of 2021-2022 season, where he was defending, attacking at will, being one of the most dynamic fullbacks in the world and so capable of going both ways. You're still missing your captain in Araujo, and you've got the perfect start with 13 goals scored, only 3 goals conceded, and 7 points clear of Real Madrid only after 4 games. Like that is serious. That says where FC Barcelona are right now. They're 7 points clear of the Galacticos in Real Madrid. They're playing the better football. They're confident. Hansi Flick has gone there and established his style of football from minute one. There's been no teething process. There's been no real struggle to start the season off. It's so underrated what Hansi Flick has done at Barcelona. Many managers struggle to implement their system, to understand the players they've got at the club, and he hasn't been fortunate enough to sign 5, 6 players. He signed Dani Olmo, and he's incorporated young players from the La Masia Academy. He's dealt with injuries to Araujo. He's dealt with players coming back from European Championship, Olympic duty, underdone, and he's gone and produced. And I think last night they said 18 players were available for Barcelona last night. Hansi Flick is fine with it though. He believes in the squad. He works with the squad. Players like Rafinha can play in the middle, can play on the right flank. Lamine Yamal can equally play in the middle or play off the left. You've got players like Pedri, who's so versatile, can play at the 10, the 6, the 8 in midfield. It's just fabulous. Jules Koundé, a right back now, but can play centre half. It's just very, very dangerous what they've got going on right now at Barcelona. There's a real confidence around the football club. I think the commentator said last night, it's the best they've counter-attacked in over 3 or 4 years. They're playing into low block well as well. They're playing through the lines. They're incisive. They're dangerous in the final third. And right now, it's looking like the hottest team in world football, maybe just behind Manchester City. But that says a lot of what the level they're at right now. It's ruthless. It's relentless. It's classy. And it's just next level right now. There are levels ahead of a lot of teams in world football, especially in La Liga. Their direct rivals in Real Madrid are a long way off them. That's a great way to start the season off, 7 points clear so early in the season. That brings the video to an end. Just want to talk about Barcelona, how good they've been on the back of a fantastic 7-0 win versus Valladolid last night. A team that was make it difficult for Real Madrid a few nights ago to get past them. A team that has been competitive throughout the La Liga season, but Barcelona made them look second-rate and made them look like they should be in La Liga too, in many regards, with that performance last night. But as I said, that brings the video to an end. If you enjoyed it, please like it, subscribe to the Players Zone channel, and press that post notification bell if you enjoy these type of videos. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, ladies and gents. Enjoy the football action from the rest of the weekend, and I'll see you guys in the video or podcast very, very soon. See you next time, guys. See you later.